It's interesting, the more I talk with clients, and I've been doing it for nearly 20 years now, the more I realize just how people are hung up with the preoccupation of what other people think of them. Why, for example, do we put up with the inappropriate behaviour of other people? People in close relationships, family members, people in leadership teams, clients, for example. Why do we put up with the inappropriate behaviour of so many people who treat us in ways that are simply not right, not fair? The point is that very often we will not say stop, or we will not say, well, you shouldn't behave that way, or we will not tell people where to get off. We won't draw the line because we're afraid of the reaction we'll get. We're afraid of what people will think of us. We are afraid that we will look silly, we will look stupid, we will look selfish, we will look as if we feel threatened, when all we're actually doing is saying what needs to be said. The point is that from the very earliest days of life, we have been brought up with the need for and dependence on what Tony DeMello calls the drug of approval. We need the good opinion of others. Why? Because not a single person I have ever met has a truly good opinion of themselves. We all have cracks in our facades. We all have weak points, soft spots in relation to self-esteem. They're not real. We think they're real. My God, they feel real. And boy, do they actually have a real impact in our lives when we get up to stand up in front of people to make a presentation, or simply try to relate to somebody in a difficult situation or manage a conflict situation. The misgivings that we have about ourselves not only feel real, but they have real consequences. But they're not real. They are things that we learned about ourselves when we were too young to discern the difference between what was something that would really affect my performance as an individual in life and something that was thrown at me by some other mindless person during my formative years. The fact is that in our formative years we met mainly mindless people, including our own parents, who, God, loved us to bits, but they loved us to bits through the normal veil of mindlessness, and therefore, like everyone else, they were prone to say things to us that left a lasting impression that probably weren't the optimum impression that we should have of ourselves. We all know what I'm talking about, individually, ourselves. And therefore, we end up trying to please other people. We end up trying to be unnecessarily nice to people who don't deserve to be for us to be nice to them. You know what I'm trying to say. We end up selling ourselves short. We end up ensuring that other people don't think bad of us. As a result, we end up not having the lives that we would like to have. Maybe in little ways, sometimes in very big ways. We need to stop, draw breath, and realize that I'm not my personality, that I don't need to keep everyone else happy, that I don't need to put up with other people's inappropriate behaviour, that I don't need the approval of others. There are a small number of people in our lives who are important to us, who you don't treat in an offhand way, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is treating everybody appropriately, without fear of other people's reactions and what they will think of us as a result. Simple. Simple to put into practice. Yeah, if you're mindful and you know what you want out of the here and now.